Hello everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Rebecca and today I'm excited to bring you some DIY Christmas decor and DIY Christmas ornament ideas that are going to be perfect if you are decorating for Christmas with a gingerbread decor theme, or even if you're doing a candy cane or a sweets theme. A lot of these DIYs are going to be beautiful to fit right in with your Christmas decor. We also have a lot of Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs in this video.
So for this one, I'm taking this little dollhouse from Dollar Tree, spray painting it and adding puffy paint to give this dollhouse a little makeover and give it a little bit more high-end look, inspired by the Pottery Barn gingerbread house decor. And now you could set this on a shelf with a tea light inside, or you could place it in your tree almost like a Christmas ornament for just a unique, fun touch to add to your gingerbread Christmas decor and your gingerbread ornament collection. For the next one, we're taking a black paper ornament, which looks a little bit like a chalkboard sign once we sponge on a little bit of white paint. And then I'm just adding an adorable gingerbread cookie sticker in the center and attaching a little bit of this beautiful red, green, and silver 3-stranded cord around the outside edge to finish it off. And we're just going to make a little red bow to add at the top here. And here is how this adorable little gingerbread ornament turned out. Moving on for the next one, we're taking a clear acrylic disc ornament, and I appreciate how these come with the little protective wrappers so that they don't get any scratches on them. So peel that off, and now we can add a little gingerbread house window cling from Dollar Tree, along with creating a little scalloped edge design out of puffy paint, and then adding some sparkly dots of the diamond glitter puffy paint to just make it look a little bit like winter snow in the sky. And here is how this little gingerbread ornament turned out. Another idea with the Christmas sweets theme window clings is to use a little bit of hot glue to attach them onto poster board or foam board, and then just cut them out, glue a little ribbon loop on the back, and you have a simple gingerbread, or in this case, you have a simple gingerbread Christmas ornament. And I did this with Christmas cookie and Christmas cupcake prints as well. I think these turned out really cute. I also found these gingerbread puffy window cling stickers, and you could basically do the same thing with these by sticking them onto some poster board and then cutting it out. But if you wanted to, you could also actually just put them back to back, get 2 sets, and I did that with this gingerbread here. Put them back to back and just basically sandwich a little thread, a loop of thread or yarn or string up at the top, and that way you have a nice little loop for hanging your gingerbread ornament. Moving on now, we have this Halloween house from the Target dollar spot that lights up, and I thought it would just be the perfect thing to paint over and convert into a gingerbread house to add to my Christmas collection. So I painted it in the color cinnamon and then added white paint for all of the areas that you would normally put white frosting on a gingerbread house, all around the roof and just around the window and door and things like that, in order to make it look a little bit like snow. And then instead of icing, we are using red and green puffy paint to now come in and add some decorations and details to our gingerbread house here. And I just love how cute this one turned out. But in case you are wanting to stick to the Dollar Tree options to make this even more affordable, I found these little wooden birdhouses in Dollar Tree, and I painted over them also in the color cinnamon, and then just used white puffy paint to add all the icing details on here, and I decorated them with little glitter foam pieces, stickers, and puffy paint, and even some tiny pieces of glitter branches. And now these would just be adorable to add to your gingerbread house collection, or you could style them in a tiered tray, or honestly even use them as little gingerbread ornaments in your Christmas tree, because they are the perfect size to do that as well. And of course, Dollar Tree also has the classic Christmas Village houses as well, which we're just basically going to paint over the exact same way, except for the candy trim details. And for that, I'm going to be using the sheets of these little rows of multicolored rhinestone stickers that I picked up in Dollar Tree. And I'm going to add rows of these little sparkly multicolored candy gems. They just kind of give that little gingerbread candy look to our gingerbread house. And then we're going to add some little Christmas wreaths on here around the windows, just simply using some red and green puffy paints. Next up, we're making a Christmas decor sign by taking this Dollar Tree Halloween sign, sanding it smooth, and painting it over white. And then we're just going to spell out North Pole Candy Shop on here using some red glitter glue and black oil paint Sharpie markers, and then adding some gingerbread cookie stickers on here, drawing some peppermint lollipops up at the top. And I'm just going to be outlining the whole thing with some red sparkly rhinestone stickers and wrapping the signpost with the Christmas ribbon here. And now here it is, styled by my candy cane sweets and gingerbread theme Christmas tree. Now for some edible gingerbread decor, grab a gingerbread Christmas Village set. I got this one from Target, or you could just simply bake your own gingerbread cookies. And then instead of assembling the little houses, we are just going to lay each piece flat and decorate it that way. And then once the icing is dry, we can line up all of the gingerbread house cookies and press them in all the way around the side of the cake for a fun Christmas or holiday dessert. I also decorated the top of the cake with some fresh rosemary and cranberries, and I just love how this Christmas dessert turned out. And since gingerbread houses generally involve candy and sweets, I thought a couple peppermint candy ornaments would be a nice addition to our gingerbread Christmas decor. So I'm taking one of these wooden ornament shapes from Hobby Lobby and tracing out the circle portion on a peppermint candy scrapbook paper. So I cut that out and I'm going to attach it to the ornament just with a little bit of Mod Podge. And then I'm taking one of these little white disc ornaments and going to glue that right in the center. And then I decided to outline a peppermint swirl design on here with a pencil, and then just come in and fill it in with red and white puffy paint and alternate that on here and basically create a peppermint candy out of that white disc. And the gold oil Sharpie marker worked great to fill in the color on the ornament topper part. And then lastly, I'm adding some rhinestone sticker details at the top and a row of them all the way around the outside edge, just to kind of finish off and complete this ornament. And here is how our peppermint candy cane lane theme ornament turned out. Now for another peppermint candy cane sweets ornament idea, I used another of these large wooden ornaments. I painted the round part white. I took one of these large peppermint candies from a Christmas floral pick that I got in Hobby Lobby, and I attached it to the center of the ornament with hot glue. And then I also glued on the red, green, and white balls from the Christmas candy floral pick as well. And finally, I outlined the whole thing with my Christmas cord ribbon and filled in the ornament topper with that same gold paint. And here is how this ornament turned out. However, if you wanted more specifically a gingerbread ornament idea, I love how cute these gingerbread faces turned out, simply taking 2 Dollar Tree ornaments. The first one I spray painted in the color Satin Nutmeg, and the other one I painted over with some cinnamon colored acrylic paint. And then I just used my black oil Sharpie marker to make the eyes on here, and I used a little bit of puffy paint for the other little face details in the eyes, nose, cheeks, smile. And don't forget to add some white icing designs for the hair up top as well. Now, another fun gingerbread Christmas decor idea is to make a gingerbread banner, and for this one we're simply taking some felt gingerbread doll pieces and decorating them with puffy paint, and then basically gluing them back to back along a line of this red and white Christmas yarn. And I'm basically just sandwiching the yarn in between the gingerbread people back to back, and then I hung this up so you actually don't have to decorate the front and the back sides. I just decided to have it decorated facing both directions because I put this in the entryway, and so you could see it kind of coming and going. The next idea could involve a trip to the thrift store, or perhaps just repurposing some old toys. So I picked up these little doll houses for a few dollars from a local thrift shop. I cleaned them down and spray painted them with the same Satin Nutmeg color, and then I painted the roofs over white and began adding all of the fun decorative details like glitter, stickers, ribbon. The little pearl bead stickers in pink and red on the roof kind of remind me of candy, as do the puffy balls that I used on the other one, along with some little peppermint candy stickers. And even I made a little door swag for one, just from clipping some little sparkly like winter floral pieces from Dollar Tree. And I just love how these turned out for really just a few dollars each. And considering how the larger size gingerbread houses like this can be really pricey sometimes, so I love the fact that these are big enough to really add some battery candles inside or twinkle lights inside for just like that cozy glow and sparkle, especially at nighttime. It just really adds to the Christmas spirit and cozy winter ambiance. Next up, I am taking one of these Christmas tree signs. It actually comes on a stake to use this out in your yard, but I broke that off the back, snapped it off, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this as an indoor piece of decor. So it already has kind of a garland decoration on there, which I used some hot glue and some of this red and green ribbon to cover it up and just add a little more texture and dimension to the tree. And I added a little bow up toward the top part on the corner where it meets. And if you are still watching, go ahead and let me know by commenting down below, Christmas crafter. I also filled in the star with some white fabric paint or puffy paint and added one of these little white snowflakes on top. So Dollar Tree has these. I think this particular one is from a bag that I picked up in Hobby Lobby. And then I'm going to also take that white puffy paint and outline all of the snowy lines on the tree. And I did add some of the sticker snowflake window clings on here as well. And they have kind of like a metallic look, which is really cool because they're snowflakes, but it kind of makes them look like Christmas ornaments. Now, to make it stand up, adding some kind of wooden block on the bottom, and stand this up as your own little piece of tabletop Christmas decor. Now for the next one, I am taking one of those wooden dowels that has the hexagon on the bottom, and we're gonna paint this over. I have the color Classic Caramel, I believe was the color of this one. Once it's dry, I wanted to do kind of a ribbon or rope tree on here. And I did try this with some nautical rope and it didn't work out as well because that was bending a little bit too much and like sagging. I ended up doing it with some of this red tube roping or like red tubing, mesh tubing material from Dollar Tree, and it actually worked out really well. Just went back and forth hot gluing it in the center onto the wooden dowel, and I started wider at the base and just made the loops narrower going up toward the top to make it look like a Christmas tree shape. And then I did cut a piece to hot glue down the center, and then another one of those wooden snowflakes up at the top as like a tree topper. And so I had one of these little wooden tags left over. So I think this is originally from like Walmart, like a set of them, and it's in their ornament section. So I hot glued this one that says peace on here, and it was a tag. So I cut off the extra little piece, hot glued it onto the other end so that both sides of the peace sign would have a little piece of rope with a little white bead, and they would match. And I can set these trees together now anywhere to add some cute festive tabletop decor, perfect on a bookshelf or in your kitchen, on a countertop, anything like that. For the next one, I had this wooden snowflake ornament from Dollar Tree that I decided to just paint over with some caramel or cinnamon colored paint. And once that was dry, I wanted to actually kind of decorate this to fit in with all of my gingerbread theme decor. So I wrote on here with some puffy fabric paint and wrote out, "Unto us a Savior is born." And then I outlined the whole thing with some fabric paint as well to kind of look like the icing outlining a gingerbread cookie. And that's all there is to this one. It brings in the true meaning of Christmas and gives us a beautiful message and kind of fits in with my gingerbread theme Christmas decor as well. Now let's move on to the next one, and this one is perfect for the candy cane or gingerbread Christmas candy theme. So I have one of these little wooden pieces. I painted this over again with that classic caramel, and we're going to add one of these little wooden Merry Christmas signs in the center. And I also used some window clings to decorate this sign. So we've got some candy canes, some snowflake sugar cookies, and peppermints. I even cut the little Christmas tree one and kind of made it go so it's like above and below the Merry Christmas sign, and it looks like it's kind of, I guess I could have put it on first, but I added it after, and so it still worked out. I just cut it to fit so it looks like it's behind the Merry Christmas sign. And while that's drying, I'm going to take two of these and again paint them over with like the caramel or the cinnamon colored paint to make them look like little gingerbread people. And then once that's dry, you can go ahead and take some white puffy paint and decorated them to look like the gingerbread cookies. And once it's all dry, we're going to hot glue one wooden Jenga block upright on the left leg of one of them and on the right leg of the other. And I did this kind of at an angle so that they would stand up with that block smooth and flat. So it gives it a base to stand up with. And then we're going to glue the sign that we just made in between their two hands. So these two gingerbread people look like they're holding up the Merry Christmas sign. And I thought this was just a fun, cute little Christmas DIY to go with your gingerbread or your sweets themed Christmas decor. For the next one, I have this Merry Christmas sign from Dollar Tree, which I thought was really nice just the way it is. To be honest, I do really like it just as is. But since our kitchen is more of a candy cane gingerbread theme, I wanted to give this more of a Christmas sweets theme of decor. So I started by painting the center part all white, and then I'm going to take some of this red ribbon and glue pieces of this around the edge so it doesn't fill in the whole edge, so you still get a little bit of the green like buffalo check pattern, just a little bit of that around the edge. I'm going to glue on 4 of these white sparkly foam balls, and that'll kind of complete the edge. We're going to add on a window cling here, which this window cling I thought was so cute with the hot cocoa mug with the gingerbread man in it and the marshmallows. I just thought this was super cute, and this is kind of what inspired this whole DIY. And so then I decided to write on here with some puffy paint, "Have a cup of cheer," and just finish decorating it with another gingerbread man window cling and some of these little faux peppermints from Hobby Lobby. I thought these would be fun to add on here. And here is how our sign turned out. I think it's perfect for our gingerbread Christmas theme. So let me know down below which one of these Christmas DIYs was your favorite. For the next one, I could not do a gingerbread DIY Christmas decor video and not include some of the cinnamon applesauce gingerbread cookies, and these are just a fun ornament that you can make using cinnamon and applesauce. And then if you want to mix in a little bit of Elmer's glue or Mod Podge. So for mine, I used about a cup of cinnamon. I do recommend just picking up whatever the cheapest cinnamon is for this. And then I did about a half cup of applesauce in here and maybe a few tablespoons of Mod Podge. And basically you just want to mix this all up until it forms a dough that you are able to roll out. And then you can either air dry these if you live in a dry climate, and they will air dry over a few days, or you can put them in the oven for about 2 hours at 200 degrees and then just decorate them with some puffy paint. And here is how these turned out. Don't forget, before you dry your cookies while they are still wet, you want to use a straw to just pop a hole out for your ornament hook hanger, or like I did, I added a little gold thread in here to just create a little ornament hanger. If you don't want to have to bake cookies, another idea is to take some of the wooden ornaments from Dollar Tree. For example, they do have these little wooden snowflakes, and you could just paint it over in the color cinnamon or nutmeg and make it look like a gingerbread cookie. And then once it's dry, use your white puffy paint to basically just decorate them, and then they look like frosted gingerbread cookies. And this is a really quick, easy alternative to actually baking the gingerbread cookie ornaments. Last but most certainly not least, I picked up this gigantic frozen dollhouse at the thrift store as well, and all I could think of when I saw it was converting it into a gingerbread house. So I cleaned it up, and then I gave it a good solid coat of that same satin nutmeg spray paint. And this time, instead of making a huge brightly colored candy covered gingerbread house, we're gonna go for more of the Pottery Barn inspired gingerbread house look. It's a little bit more high-end looking, perhaps a little bit less busy looking too. And since this piece is so large, I did want to make it just a little bit more neutral and a little bit less, I don't know, busy or chaotic, I guess. So that way, if we want to use it different years and with different Christmas decor themes, hopefully it will still fit in and look beautiful. Once the spray paint was dry, I simply am taking some white puffy paint and just embellishing so many details on here. Let me tell you, this was quite time-consuming project, but I did enjoy doing it. There's so many little mistakes on here for sure, but when you stand back from a distance, it's very impressive. It's just so whimsical and cozy, and I just think it's such a fun, like, statement piece for your Christmas decor.
Let me know which one of these Christmas DIY decor and ornament DIYs idea was your favorite. I also wanted to share this t-shirt with you guys. So I found it on Temu. It just says, "It's the most wonderful time of the year."